Hello guys, and welcome to today's video on Startup CTF, where we'll be running through how to solve this CTF in detail in hopefully under 10 minutes. So let's get started. I was just firing up my VPN, but now we've done that, we're gonna create a folder called Startup. We're just gonna go into here. And I've got the IP address, so we're going to start by running an and we're going to just run it against the top ports, say 1,000 at 5, and we'll output it to top 10,000 in case we want it, and let's just run. Okay, so as you can see, these 3 ports are open on the system. Because they're not like non-standard ports, I'm not going to go into any more detail. I can see this is FTP. We'll test FTP and see if we can do anonymous. That's always a good one to try. And we're in. We got anonymous login. Okay, so I'm just going to get everything in here. There's an FTP folder here. Maybe this could come in handy. Otherwise, let's get everything in this folder. As easy as that. And let's exit FTP. Wait, there's always one thing we need to try. We need to try and see if we can put anything on here. So we'll just try and put top 10,000. And permission denied. Okay, so we can't. And let's see what's in notice.txt. Whoever is leaving these damn Among Us memes in this share, it is not funny. Okay, we got a username Maya. Maybe. I don't know, I'll just put that in a file in case we need it. Otherwise, let's open important.png. Okay, that must just be the Among Us meme. So now let's take a look at the web server and see what we can do here. Hang on, we didn't try something. We didn't try and put something in the FTP folder, did we? We have permissions. We have permissions in the FTP folder. So we can put a shell in here, and hopefully we can then run it on the web bit, and it will work. So I'm just going to, we don't need any of that. We're just going to remove that. I'm going to create a metapreter reverse shell. So I'm saying php/metapreter reverse TCP. I'm saying my local host is ton0, which just gets the IP address of this neatly. The local port is 8,000, and we're outputting it to shell.php. So we'll just let that run while I access. We're going to access Metasploit now. It's always nice to use Metasploit in a CTF. Okay, so our shell has been saved as shell.php. So now on the system, I'm going to just put this on here, ls, and it's on the system. So we've uploaded a reverse shell onto the system without even having to have accessed the website yet. The only problem now is to, well, trigger it, which we can probably do through the server. So I'm just going to say use exploit/multi/handler, which is just the, like, it handles reverse shells. So now I'm going to say set payload, and we used php/metapreter reverse. So as you can guess, we're going to use php/metapreter reverse TCP, and then we're going to set lhost ton0, set lport 8000, and we're going to write exploit. So now we've got a Metasploit listening for incoming connections from this reverse shell, which we generated with MS Venom, which is an extension to the Metasploit framework. Okay, brilliant. Now all we need to do is trigger this reverse shell. So let's just go onto the website. As you can see, I've gone to the website. Oh, whoops. I just need to turn off the proxy server. When I was using Foxy Proxy, I forgot to restart Burp Suite. So it just says no spice here. We're going to look in the source code quickly just as a routine checkup. When are we going to update this? So not a lot of useful things, but it's still there. So I guess what we need to do now is run a GoBuster scan. So we're going to run it against here. We're going to say dash word list /user/share and we're just going to say derb/big because we don't want a lot. We don't want to find somewhere where we've uploaded a file basically. I'm going to say x. We just want a folder, so that's all we need. We're going to redirect it in the case it finds it, and that should be enough. I'm going to set threads to 80 and let's run. So we're going to just leave that for a little while. Okay guys, I'm here and we have found a /files folder. That's really good news because that is probably what we want. Brilliant. We've got FTP in here. So we can just execute this by clicking on it. And as you can see, it took a little while, but we've got a Metasploit shell. So we've got the first way onto the system. We've got access to the system. Next, we just need to get privilege escalation, which I'm going to use the shell for. So here we are on privilege escalation part 1. I'm just going to type shell because we want a normal shell, and I'm going to spawn a better shell. /bin/bash. Okay, and I'm just going to say export term equals xterm so we can clear the screen, because that's quite nice to do. So as you can see, we're in this folder. We're going to go all the way down to / and see what's there. Oh, what is this? Okay, so that isn't normal. These are all normal, what you typically find, and recipe. Recipe.txt. So if you just put that in as your first flag, love, because that's what we've been hunting for. So we got the first flag now. But we have found this suspicious file called incidents, which isn't on operating systems by default. Let's have a look. And we got a suspicious.pcap. Okay, so I'm just going to transfer this to my machine now. I'm going to say nc-nlvp44, and I'm just going to say susp.pcapng, and then I'm going to connect to that and send it over. Sorry, cat suspicious. It's 8.130. What did I set my 4444? And we're just going to open suspicious.pcap. Hopefully you've done that, and now let's see what Wireshark's got for us. Okay, so that's just Wireshark booting up, and we're here. Okay, well we're into Wireshark, and we've got a lot of files here. Sorry, not files. They're captures, aren't they? Okay, guys. So after a little bit of having a look at this, I found that in tcp.stream x7, we can do, so we're going to investigate this. We're going to click follow TCP stream. And as you can see, we're seeing commands being executed on the system. So they've just spawned a shell. They've switched to home, Lenny, sudo-l, and we've got a password for W. That looks incorrect to me. But maybe this is another user's password. Say, we're going to copy that anyway. Maybe it's Lenny's password. We don't know. That's why we're going to take an immediate look. So we're going to say su Lenny. Oh, and we're in. We are in. So now we can just go to what is going on here. Okay, it's back. And we're going to see this. We've got user Lenny here. And as you can see in Lenny, we've got cat user.txt. We have the user flag. So that's good. But what is this scripts file? I want to know, or folder. Oh look, we've got something called planner.sh. Sorry. Nothing in there. And as you can see, we do have a little bit of a file here. So I'm just going to check the Crontabs to see if this is run on a regular basis. Oh, is that right? I found that this is being updated every single minute. So that means that a crontab is probably running as root. So it's running this, which means we can put a reverse shell in here and get to root. So I'm just going to get a reverse shell quickly. And I'm going to wait it out. Hey ho, got it. And as you can see, we got the root flag. Thanks for watching, and if you did like and subscribe.